Hi everyone, I'm Pei Ning and this is my reflection in relation to the 4 pillars of career development. For the first pillar of professional practice, I see myself as a current career level 2 and here are some points that I reflected on. Recalling the very first session, I got too caught up in making sure steps were done correctly that I lost focus of session goals like planning, sequencing, turn-taking and sharing. Yes, it might be occupation-centered, but therapeutic values could have been better facilitated if I had went in with a clear vision. I also found out that activity promoted many unplanned therapeutic benefits, and this reminded me of the multiple windows of opportunities for learning in a single activity. In another cooking activity, we did a randomization to mix higher and lower functioning participants and to make sure everyone had equal opportunities to engage in various tasks. I thought it was a good practice of inclusiveness, however there was one thing we failed to consider. So a man got upset that he wasn't in the group he wanted, and after further reflection, I realized that it was due to the lack of autonomy. I now understand that client-centeredness extends beyond the process of doing but should already happen in the initial phase where they plan and make decisions for themselves. There might be higher chances of conflicts in such cases, but that is something I should learn how to mitigate and not prevent me from exercising client-centered practice. By the end of my first placement, I aim to have internalized goals for my interventions by going through them before and after an activity, and I also plan to interview clients to gain a better understanding of needs from their perspective for a deeper understanding of client-centered principles. For the second pillar of professional practice, I see myself at current career level 3 and here are some points that I reflected on. One thing I find challenging is to think on my feet. I have learned through the 4 sessions that preparations for unexpected instances is crucial as things will go differently to plan, especially in an open group. Therefore, anticipating possible challenges helped me to feel a bit more prepared and confident. One helpful strategy is to think in terms of the PEO model, so I considered person factors like interest, strengths and conditions, environmental factors like seating arrangements and spatial constraints, and occupational factors like task demands. Thinking in this manner helped me to be more holistic and adjust my expectations of participants while varying my level of prompts more appropriately. I found facilitating discussions and getting participants to contribute a challenge. I think one factor is due to the lack of experience and another is my tendency to intervene a bit too quickly. Sometimes it would be better to step back and observe instead of intervening and allowing mistakes to be made, then bring it up again during discussions for a more in-depth sharing and learning experience. One thing to improve on is my adaptability to be able to improvise within environmental and resource limitations through practicing different clients and observing more experienced staff. I must also brush up on my communication skills by planning things to say in advance so communication and discussion can go more smoothly. For the third pillar of leadership, I see myself as a current career level 2 and here are some points I reflected on. Some things that went well was that I ensured I was well equipped with sufficient knowledge, and as a team we made it a point to run through and modify activities to suit our clients, as well as discuss on areas of improvements post-session. I also recognize the need to be able to take action for my own learning by bringing up my experience to center staff to seek their perspective and advice. In these 4 sessions, I was able to practice my use of therapeutic modes and leaderships for different participants and moments. For instance, using a directive leadership and instructing mode for unfamiliar tasks to lower functioning participants, and meanwhile switching to a facilitative leadership and use therapeutic modes like collaborating and problem solving for manageable tasks in higher functioning participants. I am still learning to find a balance between providing direct instruction and guiding participants' discovery learning, and also to be explicit when doing so. With that, I aim to be more aware of organizational protocols and manage tasks efficiently with purposeful use of leadership styles during my future interventions. Approaching staff members is also a good way to familiarize myself with the contextual practice, and on top of that, having discussions would help me better determine my response when I'm met with a similar situation. For the last pillar, I feel like I'm at a career level 1 and here are some of the points I reflected on. So very often, participants in day centers engage in activity for the sake of just getting it done but do not see the meaning of it. So Moho and self-determination theory are well researched and guided us to consider the importance of motivation and how to give participants meaning when engaged in an occupation. Evidence and research is important in guiding us to provide more effective intervention to improve clients' outcomes. It gives me direction and motivation as I understand the reasoning behind my implementation. So here are some benefits from elements of our picnic activity as supported by research evidence that I actually witnessed. However, I could have looked into other aspects of research evidence apart from the benefits. To further expand my knowledge, reading more relevant research papers as well as revising notes from school would be helpful, and I should also make links between theory and practice through my own reflection.